Ladies who married, they're just a friend. What was the moment that changed everything? I met Derek during my junior year when we both got stuck in the world's slowest elevator for 3 hours. The ancient machinery groaned and wheezed before finally giving up between the 3rd and 4th floors of the psychology building. Derek had a bag of trail mix and I had a thermos of coffee, so we basically had a survival feast while making jokes about writing our wills on the back of receipts. I hereby leave my collection of expired coupons to my roommate, Derek announced dramatically, scribbling on a crumpled Starbucks receipt. And I bequeath my student loan debt to— Actually, no one deserves that, I replied, making him laugh so hard he nearly choked on a raisin. After that, we became inseparable. Study sessions at the library where Derek would build elaborate forts out of textbooks, terrible cafeteria food adventures, and weekend movie marathons where he'd always let me pick even though I had questionable taste in rom-coms. Everyone assumed we were dating, but we'd just laugh it off. We're just friends, I'd say, and I genuinely believed it. Fast forward 5 years. I'm living in Portland, he's in Denver, we still text daily and video call every Sunday without fail. The distance never felt like an obstacle because Derek had this way of making me feel like he was right there in the room. Last month, I got laid off from my marketing job. Kind of soul-crushing, identity crisis layoff that makes you question everything. I was having a complete meltdown on our Sunday call, ugly crying about my future while Derek's face filled my laptop screen. I don't know what I'm doing with my life, I sobbed. I'm 32 and I feel like I'm starting over from nothing. Derek went quiet for a long moment, his expression thoughtful. Then he leaned closer to his camera. Pack a bag, he said, his voice steady and certain. I'm booking you a flight. You're staying here until you figure things out. When I arrived at his cozy Denver apartment, I discovered he'd already cleared out his home office, bought an air mattress that was somehow more comfortable than my actual bed, and stocked the fridge with all my favorite foods, including that overpriced oat milk I was obsessed with. 3 weeks in, I'm still a mess, sending out resumes and getting rejections. Derek comes home from his engineering job every day and finds me in my pajamas, stress-eating cereal straight from the box. Instead of judgment, he'd sit down next to me and help me rewrite cover letters. He created a spreadsheet tracking my applications, complete with follow-up reminders and color-coded status updates. But here's what got me. Every morning, he'd leave a fresh cup of coffee by my laptop with a sticky note. You've got this, or one step closer, or just a doodle of a cat wearing a tie. Never anything patronizing, just steady, unwavering belief in me when I couldn't muster any for myself. The moment everything changed, I got a call for my dream job interview in Boston, a marketing director position at a nonprofit that actually aligned with my values. I was panicking about cost when Derek looked up from his laptop where he'd been researching interview tips. Road trip, he said simply. I've got vacation days saved up and you shouldn't do this alone. We drove for 2 days in his reliable Honda, sharing gas station coffee and singing off-key to classic rock. The night before my interview, I was rehearsing answers when I realized Derek was taking notes on his phone. What are you doing? I asked. Recording your best responses so we can practice more tomorrow morning. That's when it hit me like a freight train. This wasn't just friendship. This was someone who'd rearranged his entire life to catch me when I fell, who celebrated my wins like they were his own, who saw my potential even when I couldn't. I nailed the interview, got the job, and when they asked when I could start, I negotiated a later date so Derek and I could drive back slowly, stopping at every ridiculous roadside attraction we could find. We've been married 8 months now. I'm thriving in Boston. He transferred to the company's East Coast office, and we still leave each other sticky note messages every morning. Some things are too good to change.